crystal candy.
Okay, so now let the fun begin. This is all about playtime. So I've got a cake made out, coated in fondant, and I have a cake board. So what I'm going to do is add a touch of chocolate onto my cake board and position my cake in place and allow it to set. There we go. Next, so the cake that we're doing has got undertones of grey, of black, almost like a cement looking cake. So what I chose was some titanium dioxide, which is your white, and some So Intense black to form your charcoal. I have confectioner's glaze, and I'm going to use a lid that I can just trash when I'm finished. So I'm going to add lots of white, titanium, and just a touch of black, and mix the two together. So the deeper I want, I will add more black to my mixture. Then I will add some confectioner's glaze. There we go. And a brush. I've got a gorgeous cement mixture here. I need some more glaze. This white and black soaks up all the glaze. And randomly, almost like playfully, I'm going to paint the cake. Okay, so the basis of my cake is there, the nice soft brush, and now I'm going to add some more glaze and a touch of black, just to get some deeper color. The glaze is obviously going to evaporate, and I'm going to be left with nice deep color. And now I'm going to start again and add more black. Get some nice streaks of black. And I'm just doing it with up and down movements. Let's add some more black here, just to create more of a contrast. And then I'm going to decide which is the front of my cake. Awesome. A little bit more black, a little bit more glaze. I'm going to mix it in with my soft brush. And I'm going to do the top as well. So I'm going to add some white. I really need more texture. I love texture. Right, so let's take another container, a little bit just of white, plus the black that is on my brush, some glaze, and I'm going to play. For a cement look, this is just wonderful for texture. To build it up. You don't want to overwork it, but just have fun creating these different textures. I'm going to add some black now. And guys, this is the part where you just play. Don't overthink. Just play. How awesome is that? Gorgeous. I think I want some more white. I'm going to add glaze to the white. And don't stress about what you're doing, just play. If you make a mistake or you don't think you like what you've done, just redo it. So now we've got to choose the front of the cake. How about this for the front? Bit of black. Isn't this awesome? Just feel free and do your thing. Now I'm going to take the lace that I made. I'm only using one strip, and I'm going to cut it where I need it cut. I'm going to put it down and paint it at the back with confectioner's glaze. With CMC. I don't know if it's taking any. Okay. And I'm going to position it where I want it. And then I'm going to take a second piece and do it exactly the same, just from the bottom up. Oh, I've got black on the brush, that doesn't really matter.
Color coding.
And now I'm going to put it from the bottom up. CMC is wonderful. There you go. And now I'm going to take my colors again, and I'm going to blend the lace in with the colors so that it doesn't feel like it's part of the cake. It feels like it's part of the cake. It's not an attachment. you go. And this is randomly, there's no rules. It's just random where you want your color, and you extend it through the cake. Let's take some white now. So that the lace becomes part of.
Okay, yay! So we are going to continue with the stunning cake, and Ray is letting me finish it, and she's letting me add my own little twist to it, which I appreciate and I'm excited about. So I decided I will add a little stencil. I chose this one because I think it's going to be nice for a background look, and it won't influence the rest of everything else too much. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my trusty pins here that I'll use just to secure it. Let's see, I think my center is going to be around here somewhere. Maybe over here. Okay, then let's do this up here, and I can turn it around because nobody's gonna know the difference, I think, unless they're musicians or piano players or music readers. Anyway, now the best thing for a stencil is a scraper, but because I already have embellishments on here, I can feel them. I'm gonna have to get something smaller to just get these little bits here and there that I want to do. I don't want a whole stencil anyway, so what I'm gonna use is this lid, and I'm gonna cut it in half, and it's nice and flexible. I'm gonna cut this out as well because it might just restrict me. Don't like to be restricted. And I'm going to use gel, my black crystal candy gel. If you want to have it set dry, you can, and you can see there's some icing on there. Just mix it with royal icing. However, I'm going to use it as is because I don't want it to set completely dry for this specific case, as I might want to do some smudging, who knows. Just going to dip this in there. It's just sliding right off, and let's see if it works. I think I want this part. I don't want solid pieces. I just want it to be like here and there. I don't like that texture. I think that's on something. I'll have some of this down here. Okay, I think that will do it. Let's see. Oops. Ta-da! Yeah, Could have done a little bit more there, but it's there in the back and it's there. Okay. Not too shabby. Definitely not in your face, but I think it's gonna add to the texture. We'll see. Now, I have made a mold that I've let sit for a while as I was preparing, and it's still soft but not too soft. I've also added some CMC, so it just really helps, especially with these delicate designs and the smaller designs. If you don't have time to wait for it to set a bit, pop it into the freezer, as Ray said, and just leave it there for 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depends on how deep or big your mold is, but it will really help you so much. Because if this dries, it will just break when you try to form it around. You do need it to not be completely dry, unless you want broken pieces, which can also look really cool. Now these are already nice and hard, but I'm gonna use them. It's beautiful embellishments. I'm gonna use them like this. I think this is how Ray used them. It's really nice. So many difficult choices to make. Okay. Anyway, let's do it. So I've got some fresh CMC glue and a brush, and I'm ready for action. I'm going to add glue to this one that's already dry, so the glue can soften the back a little bit and just help it stick. If you don't have time for this, I suggest chocolate. Okay. I'm gonna try something. Gonna glue this on here. As you can see, I'm just putting, well, I'm trying not to put glue on the silicone, only painting the whatchamacallit, the fondant. Okay. Let's see if I can do it like this. So this, where will we put these? I think I'm gonna put it down here. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put it on like this. See if it works. Okay, mind you, this is a polystyrene cake. And get my wraps out of the way. I became blue somewhere and I've got no idea how this happened, but it does happen. It's sort of working. Bonus. Okay, looks sort of working. There we go. Stay. This may have not been one of my best ideas ever, but whatever. Let's see. Yep, I won't do it like this again. But now you all know. Oopsie daisies. Okay, it sort of works. Oh, okay. Sort of doesn't. Okay. I am going to move this up a little bit. And then I might break this off. Huh. And press it up here. Oopsie. Ah, there it is. No, I don't want to use that part. No, this looks strange, but it will all come together in the end. We'll see. Broke these pieces off just so that they fit securely. And now I want to do something from, okay, wait, I'm gonna let this go. I want to break this whole piece out. This can bend. Yeah. Okay. It's like this whole broken vintage piece. Okay, good. Yay! Okay, wipe. Where are we? Okay, so I've got my black, gold, and silver, and my white and black, which is just a light grey, and my very trusty glaze. Now for this, I'm just putting it in the middle, and it's like, I don't wet everything. It just looks like a dam with some mountains in between. This brush is going to be the one, and I have soft bristles so that I can get in everywhere. I'm first going to cut them with this grey, most of the areas. Just dabbing ever so gently. Oopsie. That's not gonna work, it must not go. Add some black back in there. Maybe a little bit more. I need more juice, aka glaze. And you can just see how it kind of melts back in there, or fades back in there, but not too much. Some color there, maybe a little bit of there. Okay, now that looks cool. Let's dip some silver. And now with the silver, I'm just like, okay, except for that part, I'm just sort of lightly brushing over it. Gonna add a tiny bit of gold on there. Oopsie. And what I want to do with this is I really just want to hit the top parts. I've got a bit of black in there, but it really gives it nice dimension. Let's put some gold. So just hitting the edges. Oopsie, except for that part. That part, I'm going to add a bit more black, and you can see it's very liquidy, and it helps me like smudge a little bit, and play a lot. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'd like a little bit of dark here. Maybe a little bit there. And we need some love over here. That looks freaking awesome. See, this little bit here doesn't really grabs your attention, but it just adds like some character and texture to the cake. Okay, so I am going to melt some chocolate so that we can put some of these lovely balls on. Glitter balls. Okay, good news and bad news. Bad news, it's load shedding and I'm not going to melt chocolate because it's going to take forever. Good news, the show must go on and you can learn another way to do it. Yay! So I've got some fondant that I'm going to use. And what I'll do is I will use it as my glue with some glue. I'm going to roll small balls that I'm going to glue on both sides and press onto a ball, a glitter ball, and then that should attach it. I'm going to use these ridiculously pretty galaxy dust, or silver balls. Now I love the straight line Ray did, but I kind of didn't leave any space for it. Unless I do it there and there and do like some, let's tell you what I'm gonna do. This would look so cool, yeah. Okay, we have a plan. So I'm gonna dip it into my glue, press it onto my ball, make sure it's nice and secure, make a little mountain, see if this is gonna work. It really should. Done it before, not with as big a ball, but I'm doing it now. But I think chocolate is still the preferred method, at least mine. Yay! If it stays there, we have victory. And then I can always paint it again when it's set a little bit more, because it's now just wet and gooey. But then if it's like, it bothers you, because it's bothering me, look over there, just going to paint it. Yay! Much happiness. Okay, we're sticking the bowls with bowls. Let's see. So, I'm gonna look for more sizes. Okay, I'm just gonna fast track this. The ball fell off a few times, but it did stay after a while. My advice there is that don't paint it immediately. Wait for it to sit before you paint it and you'll be fine. The bigger balls did start to frustrate me and I waited for load shedding to finish, and I did stick them with chocolate, which was a lot easier. I stuck them down and I painted them after they set. There I was just tucking in the extra fondant with a sculpting tool just to neaten it out a bit. So basically stick your decorations where you like them, and then we will continue. These bowls, I'm just gonna let them hang there for a bit to see that they're not going anywhere. And if this does not work as planned and they're too heavy, we will wait for chocolate. In the meantime, the show must go on, and we will continue with some lovely wafer paper lace and crinoline. Okay, so I got these from Ray, and I brought a white and a gold. This is beautiful. And now I know where I got the blue from. I took it out of the studio, and you guys, if you've been there, you know how hard we work there. Okay, so when you get it, they can be a little bit brittle, especially when it's dry. Now you can use your steamer, this cold steamer, but if you don't have one, you can just very lightly spray it with some water. But be careful with the water, because it's really difficult to see if you have enough or too much or not enough. So just spritz and check before you go and continue. Wafer paper can be a little bit sneaky, as you might know. And it absorbs. It takes a little while for the water to absorb, and you might not notice it, and then you have too much. Just lightly gonna crack this because I want some gold pieces in between, but my mains are going to stay white. Those just want like pieces like this. And you can see it's pretty nicely textured and translucent, but the white even more so. Let me do this one with water. Now when I spray water, I spray away from everything, and just that's enough. And now I'll give it a second. And this one I'm going to tear into sort of two halves, just like that. And now, as you would with your regular lace, we are also going to glue and stick this on when I find the appropriate brush. This will work. Okay, I've got some okay, so I gathered like these, and now I think I want my first one to come down here. Okay, just gonna hold it there for a minute. This sucked up all the glue, so I'll add a bit more glue. It's a bit dry here. And now I'm going to add a piece of lace. And same story, I'm just going to fold this up. So I like to kind of see where my most holes and textures are so I can use them. Now I'm going to add some glue in between and just hold it. And some glue on the back. And then you can place it. Look at this one hanging. I'm going to use it. Maybe let it hang down in there. I love the translucent look the wafer paper gets when you make it into lace. I need a wire yet. I love this over here. I'm just gonna hold it and then squeeze some glue underneath so it can stay there. Yay. I will just fast track this for you. Basically, it's the same method with the CMC glue that I just used to stick it on. I will put my finger down in that space for a couple of seconds, like probably 6 to 10 seconds, just so that the sugars and stuff stick together properly. If it doesn't hold, or if you have bigger structures, you can use toothpicks or skewers to hold them in place until they dry. Just make sure, especially if it's a cake with a lot of decorations, just make sure you know how many goes in so the same amount comes out. So count your toothpicks and skewers, and that's always a good idea. And then sometimes it's good to stand back for a while. So put your cake down, step a meter or two away from it, and just look at it. And you will have a better idea of what more you want to add or what less. And also keep in mind that what you see now isn't what the end result is going to be. So sometimes it looks like a lot, but it's really not. So just be kind to yourself and enjoy it. I also like to add different textures, so you can add like crinoline and lace in between each other. And I also broke up the gold, which I put like little pieces in between, and I think it looked really cool. I also sometimes piggyback, I'd like to say piggyback, the one on top of the other. So if I have a piece of wafer paper that's nicely stuck down, I might add a smaller piece to it, and just right at the end, so that it doesn't lie flush to each other but have negative space in between to give you more idea of movement. So you can keep that in mind as well. And I hope you're having fun. So we'll top this off with some flowers and then add some more bowls. Okay, if I am a little bit unsure of messing things up, I use my pliers. And I start with the shortest pieces and then, or like close to the cake, and then I will start to kind of press it in and angle and aim it like that. Next, cut this short. I do want it to look downwards. Oops. Nah, it's fine. Where are we there? Center. Okay, awesomeness. Just gonna bend it right there, like at the flower. Stick it in just so that it kind of, and then I would like some more. Do I want some? I love this. You know, maybe something hanging down here. Just scrunching it up, and I'm just going to let it hang at the back like that. It's like a skew mohawk. Cool, and I think these hold quite nicely, so yay, myth busted if it even was a myth. But cool backup technique if you don't have chocolate. I love it. I think it's looking good. It is looking pretty good. I love it. I think we need a bit more gold though. Painted. Oops. This is a pretty dry brush. Just wanna like here and there. Just kind of add a little bit more. Just livens it up a bit. perfect. Yeah, victory! Just so you know, what happened here was the electricity finally went on. I melted some chocolate and I managed to attach my bowls like I told you earlier. So this was amazing and awesome. They all there and they stayed there. Chocolate wins, but also fondant does work if you don't have a choice. But chocolate, definitely choice. I worked with brown chocolate, which didn't matter because after it's set, I just painted it around there. I avoid painting the entire bowl because you do lose that awesome glitter if you paint over it. But it worked and it's beautiful and I was so happy. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now I just need to put you back. He's just like, what? Did you call me? No, we want you to stay. Where were you? Over here, I think. No, I totally need some volume over here. And a little bit more inward love over here. So it goes like whoosh. Okay, let's do whoosh, some stuff. Might add more bowls later. But I won't bore you with that. But I will show you the after pick. Okay. We need more lace. We really do. Let's see. So this is my center. I need some love here and some love in here. So I still have some lace, and if all else fails, I can make more. Water. That's a lot. But I don't want to fold it too much. Maybe just like that, so it just curves in a little. You see that? It's just curving in a little. Now I'm going to keep it in place by adding my glue. Add some glue on the back. So I need enough glue there. And then I would very much like to put it underneath here, ever so gently. Maybe that one over there. I'm gonna use my brush and just sneak it in underneath, and then just hold it there for a few seconds. And then I need to wire something or put it on a stick. Okay. I do have some sticks and wires. So I'm gonna use this piece of cut-off skewer because it's lying here, just waiting to be used. And so my lace, I've got a solid part here which I'm going to use. It's going to work best for me. Now I just have to decide, do I want lots of movement or just a wee bit? That's probably lots. Okay, so what I'll do is spray, put the stick like in the center of this, so this will attach to that. Now I'll use my glue and over here. Okay, so turn that around for you so I can feel like it's a little bit deteriorating with all the glue. but I need enough because I am sticking layers down. It's not just the one piece. So I kind of gather them around the stick and I'm just pressing down for a few seconds so that they kind of jam together there. I think they're jammed. Yup. And my trusty pliers. I love these. They just help my big hands not to mess everything up. My hands are probably not that big, but they feel really huge when you work with fine things like these. And I'll hold it into position. I think I like it there. And I'm just gonna stick it in. And I'll use my pliers as well to kind of just gently get it to where I want it to be. Even if you can get longer nose fine ones, they are wonderful. I think I've got this one that's like older than me, but they still work. Ta-da! And then maybe a little bit of gold. I'm just gonna tear these pieces. They are so fragile when they dry, but so pretty. Yes, yes, yes. Just like in between this flower. So the flower kind of holds it there, but I will just make sure it stays there with some glue, and I'm going to piggyback it onto the one I just added. So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit to save some time for you guys, because I'm basically just adding gold in between smaller bits to just give it more color and more depth. Use of color is so important. It's always a good idea to use at least 3 shades of a color of your choice, as we did with the black and gray and the silver and gold and whites and so on. And even though it might not always be that obvious, it just makes it more natural. So try to always layer your color as much as you can, although there's always exceptions, like with some children cakes, as well as if you're going for an Andy Warhol look or something like that, then that will also be more two-dimensional. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And we've come to an end to this wonderful class. I really enjoyed it. I didn't want it to end. I have to make more of these. They are so much fun to make and so pretty and out of this world. I had it, one of my flowers here. I took the one in the back and I brought it to the front. I added these balls with chocolate and then I just painted the brown to silver very lightly, so I don't paint over the glitter. And I'm quite happy with my mixed media or multimedia cake, and I think it came out pretty cool. I love rays, but they're good. They're like family. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and then we'll see you in the next one. Stay creative. Taryn out. Crystal candy.